Archangel Michael says, "The path before you is not ordinary. You have been chosen for an experience beyond human comprehension. Tonight, the veil between reality and illusion will be thinner than ever." The invitation in your hands feels warm, almost pulsing with energy. The magician's name is unfamiliar, yet something deep inside tells you this is no ordinary performance. You step through the grand velvet curtains, and the air is thick with the scent of incense and something electric, something alive. The magician stands in the center of the dimly lit room, his eyes glowing like embers in the night. He smiles, but there is an intensity behind it, a knowing that makes your pulse quicken. You realize you are not an audience member anymore, you are part of something ancient, something powerful. The flick of his wrist sends shimmering sparks through the air. They dance like fireflies, weaving patterns that pulse with meaning you cannot yet decipher. The crowd murmurs, but you are silent, transfixed by the energy crackling around you. Like this video to receive your blessing. The magician speaks, but his words do not come from his lips. They vibrate in the space around you, filling your mind, your soul. Tonight, you step beyond the limits of the world you know, he says, and your heart pounds with anticipation. Archangel Michael says, "Fear is the only barrier. Release it, and you will see." The words resonate deep within you, unlocking something you never knew was locked. The walls shimmer, shifting, revealing glimpses of a reality far beyond the stage. You feel yourself being lifted, not by hands but by the very force of the magic itself. The magician points at you, and suddenly, the universe unfolds in front of your eyes. Time bends, and the past, present, and future exist in a single moment. Golden symbols glow in the air around you. They twist and swirl, forming patterns that speak in a language your soul understands. Even if your mind does not, the audience fades away, and it is just you and the magician in an endless expanse of stars and light. 777. Type Amen to claim your divine power. The magician places his hand on your forehead, and a rush of energy floods your being. It is neither warm nor cold, neither heavy nor light. It is simply everything, all at once. You have always had this within you, he whispers. Now, you remember. Archangel Michael says, "What you see is only the beginning." The words echo in the infinite space, a promise of more beyond the now. You look down at your hands, and they glow with the same golden energy that surrounds you. The magician steps back, watching you with knowing eyes. You realize he is not here to show you tricks. He is here to wake you up. You feel the weight of your old self slipping away. The doubts, the fears, the limitations, they dissolve like mist under the morning sun. You stand taller, stronger, filled with something divine. 888. Type Amen to embrace your transformation. A final pulse of light bursts from the magician's hands, and the scene shifts. The audience is back, the stage is whole, and the air hums with the remnants of the power that surged through you. You look at the magician, and he nods, he knows. And now, so do you. The curtain falls, but the magic remains. Not on the stage, but within you, forever. Archangel Michael says, "The truth has been waiting for you. The moment you step behind the curtain, reality will shift. What you thought you knew will dissolve into something far greater." The magician beckons you closer, his presence both commanding and familiar. His eyes seem to pierce through the layers of time, reading the story of your soul. You hesitate, but something urges you forward, pulling you into the unknown. The air backstage is thick with energy, alive with whispers that do not come from any mouth. You feel a pressure in your chest, not fear, but anticipation of something you cannot name. The magician leans in, his voice barely above a breath, and speaks a secret meant only for you. His words are not in any language you know, yet their meaning is instantly clear. They unlock something buried deep within, something powerful and ancient. You realize that this moment was always meant to happen. 333. Type Amen to receive your blessing. Archangel Michael says, "Do not fear the unknown, for within it lies your greatest gift." The secret settles into your mind, unfolding like a forgotten memory. It is not a trick, not an illusion, it is the truth of your existence. You feel a shift in the very fabric of your being. The air around you vibrates, as if the world itself is responding to the revelation. The magician watches, his expression knowing, as if he has seen this transformation countless times before. The walls of the room begin to ripple like water. Shadows move, reshaping themselves into symbols that glow with an otherworldly light. You are not simply standing backstage anymore. You are standing at the threshold of something beyond comprehension. 777. Type Amen to claim your divine power. The magician raises his hand, and time seems to slow. You have always known, he whispers. Now, you are ready to remember. A rush of energy floods through you, warm and endless, like the light of 1,000 suns. You are no longer merely watching, you are part of the magic itself. The secret has changed you, unlocking something that had been hidden for lifetimes. Archangel Michael says, "This is only the beginning." The words pulse through your very soul, a promise of things yet to come. The magician steps back, his work complete, and the world around you begins to solidify once more. 888. Type Amen to embrace your transformation. You step forward, no longer the same as you were before. The stage is ahead, the audience waiting, but you know the real magic is no longer confined to illusion. It lives within you now, unshakable, eternal. Archangel Michael says, "Not all truths bring comfort. Some awaken something within you that can never be silenced." You have stepped behind the curtain, and now, you must face what lies beyond. The magician stands before you, his eyes darker than the void itself. There is no showmanship now, no playful illusion to entertain the crowd. This is something deeper, something far more real than anything you have ever known. The air is heavy, thick with something unseen, something powerful. The walls seem to close in, shifting as if they are alive. You hear whispers, but they do not come from any lips you can see. He leans in, his voice barely a whisper, yet it echoes in your mind like a scream. "You were never meant to stay blind," he says. "But once you see, you can never unsee." 333. Type Amen to receive your blessing. A chill runs through your spine, but it is not fear, it is recognition. Something in you stirs, something that has been buried for lifetimes. The magician watches, waiting, knowing this is the moment you have been called to. Archangel Michael says, "The truth will shake you, but it will also set you free." His words reverberate through your being, unlocking doors within you that you never knew existed. The curtain behind you ripples, as if something else is waiting just beyond. Shadows dance at the edges of your vision, forming shapes, symbols, messages you cannot yet comprehend. The magician gestures toward them, his movements slow, deliberate. "It has always been here," he murmurs. "You were simply not ready to see." 777. Type Amen to claim your divine power. The room shudders, and you realize it is not the world around you that is shifting, it is you. A weight lifts, but in its place, something else settles in, something vast and knowing. You were never meant to remain in the darkness. The magician smiles, but there is sorrow in his eyes. The truth will haunt you, but only until you embrace it. His words are a key, unlocking something that was never truly lost, only hidden. Archangel Michael says, "You have stepped beyond the veil. Now, you must walk forward with the knowledge you carry." The symbols glow brighter, their meaning etching itself into your soul. 888. Type Amen to embrace your transformation. You take a step forward, and the curtain fades behind you. The world looks the same, yet nothing feels familiar. You are no longer who you were, and you can never be that person again. Archangel Michael says, "You have been chosen, but you must be prepared for what comes next." The energy around you has shifted, calling for your attention. A secret trick is unfolding, and your role in it is far greater than you realize. The magician stands before you, eyes gleaming with mystery. He extends his hand, offering you something unseen. You hesitate, sensing that this moment holds more weight than a simple illusion. The room feels different, charged with an otherworldly force. Shadows flicker as the magician moves, his gestures precise and deliberate. You can hear the faintest whispers of something beyond human understanding. The moment you reach out, time slows. The magician smiles knowingly, as if he has waited for this exact second. The secret he holds is not just a trick. It is a revelation meant only for you. 333. Type Amen to receive this blessing. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $100. Archangel Michael says, "This path is not for the faint of heart." The energy builds around you, wrapping you in something unseen but powerful. You are stepping into a realm where nothing is as it seems, and yet everything is more real than ever before. The magician's hands move swiftly, revealing something unexpected. It is not an object, not a card or a coin, but a truth that shakes you to your core. You realize now that this was never about a simple performance. The air hums with intensity, wrapping you in something greater than you have ever known. The magician's eyes lock onto yours, searching, waiting. He knows you are beginning to understand. 777. Type Amen to claim your divine protection. The magician does not speak, yet his message is clear. This moment was orchestrated long before you arrived here. Everything has led to this second, and you are being invited to take the next step. A flick of his wrist and the illusion fades, leaving only the truth behind. Your heart races as you try to process what you have seen. It is something that cannot be explained, only felt. Archangel Michael says, "Do not turn away from the path set before you." The magician nods, acknowledging your awakening. He knows you have been marked for something greater. 111. Type Amen to step into your purpose. The energy around you continues to shift, pulling you deeper. You are no longer just an observer, you are a participant in something ancient and powerful. The magician sees your hesitation and waits. With a deep breath, you take the step forward. The magician smiles, as if he knew all along that you would choose this path. The trick was never about deception, it was about revelation. The moment you fully step into the energy, everything changes. The walls around you seem to dissolve, and you find yourself in a vast space of infinite possibility. You have unlocked something that was hidden for so long. 222 Type Amen. To embrace the transformation, the magician steps back, letting you absorb the moment. His work here is done, but yours is just beginning. You realize that this was never about him, it was always about you. Your hands tingle with energy, a sign that you are no longer the same person who first stepped into this space. You are transformed, awakened, ready. The magician fades into the background, his presence lingering but unseen. The journey ahead is yours alone, but you are not without guidance. The divine forces have been watching, waiting for you to step into your power. Now that you have, there is no turning back. Archangel Michael says, "The world is not always as it seems." The lights flicker backstage as the magician prepares for his next trick. Shadows stretch and twist in the dim glow of the dressing room mirror. A thick silence hangs in the air, broken only by the distant murmur of the excited crowd beyond the curtain. He tightens his gloves, pulling them snug over his fingers. The deck of cards in his hands feels alive, each one humming with energy. He takes a deep breath, steadying himself before the performance that will change everything. Archangel Michael says, "Not all magic comes from man." The magician has practiced this act 1,000 times, but tonight feels different. A presence lingers in the air, something unseen yet powerful. The flickering candlelight seems to dance in a rhythm known only to forces beyond understanding. His assistant enters, eyes filled with worry. Something feels off, she whispers, clutching the hem of her sparkling gown. He nods, sensing it too, but pushes forward. Tonight, the show must go on. Type 333 to receive the blessing. The audience hushes as the curtains draw back. A single spotlight illuminates the stage, casting long shadows that flicker like restless spirits. He steps forward, the weight of unseen eyes pressing against him. A hush falls over the theater, thick and expectant. The magician lifts his hands, palms facing the crowd. The first trick begins, a simple card illusion, but as he moves, an eerie shift ripples through the room, a cold wind sweeps through the theater. Though no doors have opened, the audience shivers, glancing around with unease. The magician swallows hard, his hands steady but his mind racing. Archangel Michael says, "There is a veil between worlds, and it is thinning." As he shuffles the cards, one flutters to the floor. He bends to pick it up, but the moment his fingers touch it, a surge of energy crackles through his body. The air around him seems to vibrating with something unseen. The crowd gasps, sensing the shift. The magician forces a smile, trying to play it off as part of the act. But deep inside, he knows, this is no trick of his own making. Type 777 to receive divine clarity. He calls his assistant onto the stage. She hesitates, eyes darting to the wings of the theater, where the shadows seem thicker than before. With a deep breath, she steps forward, her heels clicking against the polished floor. They prepare for the levitation trick, one of his grand finales. She lies back, floating effortlessly above the stage. The crowd erupts in applause, but then, the lights flicker again. A low whisper snakes through the air, soft yet bone-chilling. The magician stiffens. His assistant's eyes widen in terror as her body begins to rise higher than ever before, past the limits of what should be possible. Archangel Michael says, "The forces at play tonight are beyond what the eye can see." His heart pounds. The trick has gone too far. She's lifting too high. He signals to lower her, but nothing happens. The air around them crackles, static dancing on their skin. The crowd is no longer clapping. They stare in stunned silence, eyes reflecting the impossible sight before them. The assistant is no longer floating by his design, something else has taken hold. Type 999 to receive divine protection. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks. With contributions of up to $100, the magician waves his hand, trying to regain control, sweat beads on his forehead. He reaches out for his assistant, but an invisible force pushes him back. A deep, resonant fills the theater. It shakes the floor, the walls, even the bones of those watching. The air thickens, heavy with unseen energy, pressing down like an unseen weight. His assistant gasps, her lips parting, but no sound escapes. She clutches her chest, eyes darting wildly. The magician has never seen her afraid, not like this. Archangel Michael says, "Be steadfast in faith, for the battle is unseen but real." The magician steps forward, planting his feet firmly. He is no longer just a performer, he is standing at the crossroads of something much larger. He raises his arms, not in a gesture of illusion, but in defiance. A final pulse of energy erupts from the stage, sending a shudder through the air. His assistant drops suddenly, caught just in time by his shaking hands. The silence that follows is deafening. The lights flicker one last time before returning to normal. The crowd erupts into applause, believing it all part of the act. But the magician knows the truth. He has brushed against forces beyond understanding. He turns to his assistant, but she is already walking away, her hands trembling. She has felt it too. The night's events will linger in their minds forever. Type 111 to receive strength. The magician takes a bow, though his heart is not in it. The weight of what has just transpired presses down on him. The show is over, but something has changed. Backstage, the dressing room is eerily silent. He places the deck of cards on the table, staring at them as if they hold the answers he seeks. The mirror before him reflects his own face, pale and drawn. Then, just for a moment, a flicker of movement behind him. A shadow shifts, then vanishes. He turns quickly, but there is nothing there. Archangel Michael says, "The path is never walked alone." The magician exhales, rubbing his temples. He knows now that tonight was no ordinary performance. Something unseen had stepped onto that stage with him.